Should I start off?
You start off again.
Yes. I'm Judy from Lady So-and-so in the UK. Come down to visit Philip Jacobs and talking about his Snow Leopard designs and his very latest one called the Silk Road.
Yeah, that's right, it's called Silk Road. And the Silk Road, for any of you who don't know, was the road in Ming Dynasty China which led from China really all the way into Europe, sort of through India and Persia and Turkey. And it was originally called the Silk Road because the beautiful Chinese silk brocades were imported and exported, and there was a lot of artistic influences were carried along the Silk Road, as for instance the blue and white tiles that you see in Turkey and Persia were all influenced by the Ming Dynasty blue and white pottery from China. So it's been a great provider of artistic influence across the world. So with this new collection from Snow Leopard Designs for Free Spirit Fabrics, I've tried to capture the essence of, let's say, the 16th century Chinese Silk Road and the opulent fabrics which came from those faraway cultures. And as my starting point in painting up the collection, I went for this design called Dragon and Peony, which is based on old Chinese emperor's robes, and that's the dragon, which in China is a very positive symbol. In the West you get the dragon becomes more negative, as in George and the Dragon, but in China it's very much a good luck symbol. And the dragon guards a pearl. You can see the dragon's pearl just there. And what I've done is I've added Chinese style peonies to the design and cloud scrolls, so I've enveloped it into a stunning dragon, Chinese exotic design for Snow Leopard Designs. And part of my brief for Snow Leopard is I've been told it's got to be like nothing else in the marketplace, so I'm doing my best here. So I'll just show you how that's going to work in here, printed out on paper in a lovely blue colourway. Red Dragon's cobalt blue, and then you get Blue Dragon's Chinese yellow. And Chinese yellow is actually the name for the colour, since it was used so often by the Chinese in their exotic silk costumes and embroideries. So
that's going to be absolutely wonderful.
Yeah.
Stack and whack. And
I'm dying to publicise this because I think it's quite a striking collection, even if I say so myself. Okay, so that's Dragon and Peony. Then after Dragon and Peony, I think the next most major design was Leaping Carp. And again, this is totally inspired by Chinese silk brocades. And you've got these spirals represent the waves, and you've got little stylized peony flowers growing out of the waves. And then you've got these big carp fish leaping out of this great cosmic ocean. And then you've got some waves coming out of the spirals.
Do carp symbolise anything in?
I think they do, but I've forgotten what. But I think in Japanese culture, I know carp sort of symbolise strength and enterprise because they're very determined in the way, in the mating season, they go up the river to spawn, so they leap up whole waterfalls. So in the East generally, the carp is a symbol of strength and enterprise, because carps are very determined creatures and don't give up easily. So I'll just find that comes in a single colourway. It's been reduced in scale to make it more workable. But there you have the print of a leaping carps with the peonies. So while I'm on with the carps, I'll go into this design where I've taken the waveforms from the carps and just turned it into a purely spiral design, which is totally multi-directional, and it's even slightly reminiscent of some of my K-Facet collective designs like spiral baskets and spiral shells, which have both been very popular. So it's just using the spiral motif, if you hold that, in repetition. And that's been produced very strikingly in this total blue and white colourway. So it almost reflects the blue and white influence of the Ming Dynasty porcelain, which travelled down the Silk Road. And I think that's very, very usable.
So is this going to come in the two colourways?
It just comes in the one colourway.
So this was
That's
your
my
original?
artwork, yeah.
And this is going to be the one that's
This is the
actually
one which
printed.
got chosen, yeah, for fabric. Because also you could do great things cutting out images and sewing them on top of that. So it's got huge potential, even though I know nothing about sewing.
When you design these, do you imagine them cut up into quilts? Or?
I do, but primarily I'm a textile designer, so I just think of make the design as beautiful as you possibly can. And also in a collection, make sure you've got multi-directional
Yes.
designs, because they have extra potential. So I try to think of what uses it will be put to. Okay.
Do you wear shirts in any of your fabric?
I don't really, because I'm just a total t-shirt person. So as you see here, I've got a Philip Jacobs Brassica shirt on. But because a lot of the time I'm off digging up dinosaurs and ammonites and things, I don't really ever dress up smart and go out.
Yes.
So I'm just better off in camouflage patterns. So this one's called Ming Embroidery, and this one's a very striking floral design, which I've based it on images in the Ming Chinese woven fabrics and embroidered fabrics of mostly it's peonies and a few sort of daisy type flowers. Very Chinese, very stylized, and I think very striking. And that one, if you hold that, that one comes in it's virtually my colourway. I think here's my colourway.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, very striking. And then again, you get it in the.
So this one's going to come out in two colourways.
It's two colourways, and then you've got it in the Chinese yellow. So two very Chinese colourways, and I think very striking, and very, very usable, I would think. And that's for Snow Leopard. Okay. And then you've got this one, which is called Padma, and Padma is Sanskrit for lotus. So it's a very stylized Chinese rendition of the lotus flower. And in my original artwork, I've done it on this almost sort of leafy green. I was getting well carried away with my colours, really enjoying it.
What colour is it going to come out?
I'll show you it in its. I'm very pleased with the colours it has come out. Firstly, it comes out at full scale in with a dark, you're disappearing, with a dark blue background. So that's for stylised Padma lotus flowers. I really like that. A nice dark blue. But for me, this collection, colour-wise, really sizzles. And I think it's almost my favourite coloration of a Snow Leopard collection. Then you get exactly the same pattern on red, but reduced scale.
So you're going to have the two sizes of patterns?
Yeah, the two sizes are
It's
both.
going to be interesting.
Yeah, both produced. But I love that red ground. I love, like, the turquoise working with the red ground. So a lot of these colourways were based on early 16th, 15th, 16th, 17th century Chinese colourways, and also some of the Tibetan colourways, because they're very keen on these deep reds and greens and blues. So I'm really pleased with that. And then I did this little fellow, which is based on a Chinese wax resist print, antique one, which I think is really beautiful.
You don't think of Chinese fabrics as wax resist ones?
I think the Chinese did quite a lot of wax resist. The French did in the 18th century, and the Chinese were interestingly doing it at the same time. But remember about the Silk Road, how it was feeding artistic influence all the way from east to west. So it's not surprising that ideas like, for instance, a tree of life motive travelled from India to Europe along the Silk Road. Let's see if I can find the colourways for that. That's one colourway, which is an amazing green.
That's lovely.
And this is the other colourway, which is this lovely rich pinky red.
So it's going to be produced in these
two colourways, which I think they both sizzle. I liked it in the blue, but I think it'd be equally nice in these. And then another one of the designs is this one called Lhasa, and Lhasa's, as you may or may not know, is the capital of Tibet. And Lhasa has been done just as a blue and white design,
That's beautiful.
which I think is very beautiful.
Very nice.
And that works really well with the scroll one, the sea scrolls, because it's all in the same colour story. And then there's other designs that work with them.
Are these going to be produced as well?
These are all in the same collection.
Yes.
Yeah, this one's like a stylised Persian rose pattern.
So it's a big collection?
It's a big collection, this one. And that also comes in a vivid orange. And then there's also an ikat stripe, which was based on an antique piece of silk I had, which is appropriate for the Silk Road. And then there's also a dragon scale design, which utilises and coordinates with the scrolls of the main dragon in Dragon and Peony. So there you can see those two working together. So you start to sort of see how the different designs fall together in their colour stories.
Beautiful.
So I'm really excited about this collection, and so are the people at Free Spirit. I think it's just scintillating colour and very much in keeping with what you'd expect from a brand called Snow Leopard,
yes,
because Snow Leopards are mysterious and elusive creatures. And you stick the blue in, and then you stick the spiral shells in.
Absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, so that should hit the stores in May 2020. So I hope you like that collection.
Oh, we'll certainly be buying it all at Lady So-and-so.
Good, I'm really pleased. Yeah. I think that's it.